As we tour this house today, let me take you on a different kind of journey. Not through these walls and rooms, but through the darkest corners of the internet. A place where greed clouded my judgment. A place where I lost everything to a lie. This is the story of how the dark web swallowed my savings, my sanity, and nearly my future. It was a rainy Thursday night. I was pacing my studio apartment, staring at my phone, sweating over an eviction notice. My rent was overdue. I had just $700 to my name. That's when my friend Marco called. "You ever heard of the dark web?" he asked. I hadn't. But by sunrise, I'd fallen into a rabbit hole that swallowed my savings and plunged me into debt. Before I get to how I lost everything, let me explain what the dark web really is. The internet you and I use daily, Google, Facebook, YouTube, news websites, that's just the surface web. Beneath it is the deep web, which includes private databases, banking systems, and medical records hidden from public access. But below all of that is something more sinister, the dark web. It's a hidden layer of the internet that requires special software, a lawless underworld, accessible only through tools like Tor browser. Here, anonymity reigns. Hackers sell stolen data, hitmen advertise services, drugs, weapons, fake passports, all traded in cryptocurrency. But that night, I wasn't looking for illegal thrills. I was looking for a miracle. I Googled for hours, watched YouTube tutorials titled "Accessing the Dark Web Safely." I learned about encryption, VPNs, Bitcoin wallets. By 3 a.m., I'd installed Tor and typed in my first .onion URL. My screen filled with black market ads. And there, in the dim glow of my laptop, I found the listing that destroyed me. On the dark web, I stumbled onto a marketplace called Shadow Bank. One ad screamed, "Shrink money for sale." The description read, $1,000 USD, $10,000 shrink money, bulk discounted. Authorities marked these bills for shredding. We stole them, used them abroad, no trace. My heart raced. Shrink money. The seller claimed it was dyed currency, scheduled for destruction. For $5,000 in Bitcoin, they'd send me $50,000. All I had to do was wash the bills with a chemical solution they'd include. No risk outside the US, they promised. Greed is a funny thing. It warps logic. I told myself, I'm in Europe. Even if it's illegal there, what's the harm here? So I emptied my savings, sold my iPhone 12 Pro Max, took a bank loan. By dawn, I'd converted $5,000 to Bitcoin. Climbing stairs felt like ascending to heaven that night. I'd sent the Bitcoin. The seller confirmed receipt. Delivery in 72 hours, they said. For 3 days, I barely slept. I'd refresh the Tor page, imagining stacks of cash arriving in unmarked boxes. Then the message came. Package delayed. Customs issue. Pay $2,000 extra for insurance. Panic set in. I argued, but they threatened to report me to Interpol if I backed out. So I begged friends for loans, pawned my grandmother's ring, sent another $2,000. Another message. Final fee, $1,500 for chemical solution. I paid. Then, nothing. The seller vanished. Shadow Bank's site went offline. My Bitcoin wallet? Empty. I collapsed on the floor of my apartment, screaming into my hands. $8,500 gone. Rent due. Debts mounting. And all I had to show for it was a fake tracking number and a PDF instruction manual for washing money that didn't exist. My bank demanded repayment. Friends ghosted me. I sold furniture, clothes, even my bed. For weeks I slept on the floor of a borrowed room, jumping at every email notification, hoping the seller would reappear. But the dark web doesn't do refunds. One night, I found a forum post, "Shrink money scam, avoid." Hundreds of comments. Victims from Nigeria, India, Brazil, all lured by the same lie, all left bankrupt. One user wrote, "They prey on the desperate. You're not alone." But knowing others drowned with me didn't pay the rent. I'd lock myself in bathrooms, shaking. I Googled how to recover Bitcoin until my eyes burned. Hacked, irreversible, untraceable, One night I considered ending it all, but as I gripped the sink, I noticed something. My reflection, gaunt, hollow-eyed, stared back like a stranger. Is this who I am, I thought? A fool who traded his life for a fairy tale? That's when I decided to rebuild, to warn others. This isn't my home, but it's where I'd share my final lesson. The dark web isn't some Hollywood thriller. It's a graveyard of broken dreams. Those get-rich-quick schemes? They're traps for the vulnerable. Greed blinds you, desperation deafens you, and the faceless criminals on the other side, they're counting on it. I lost my money, my dignity, nearly my life, but I survived. And if this story stops one person from typing a .onion URL, then maybe, just maybe, it was worth telling. The dark web thrives on anonymity. So do its victims. Don't become one. Enjoy the rest of the video, and don't forget to like and share with others.